Marvel Rivals is a great game with some great character designs, and I will be hunting down people who disagree. But one of the oddities in the game is the choice of costumes from the movies. Most of the cast have them, but roughly half are from mid to bad movies, and a lot of them have much better costumes to pull from. So I want to discuss why I think these particular designs were chosen, and what would be good costumes to add in future based on that proposed criteria. First, let's look at a few examples. Infinity War Captain America. Black Widow White Suit Black Widow. No Way Home Spider-Man. Deadpool and Wolverine Wolverine. Multiverse of Madness Zombie Doctor Strange. Love and Thunder Thor. It can be argued that each of these characters has a better costume in the MCU than these that are from more beloved movies. So why choose these ones? I think the answer lies in which characters haven't gotten MCU suits yet. Hulk, Ultron, Hela, Hawkeye, Black Bloody Panther. T'Challa fans have been eating well with a major new costume each season, but no movie outfit? I mean, look at this thing. It's such a great look that clearly inspired the devs for his core design in this. Oh. Yeah, you see it now, right? Hulk and Hawkeye are anomalies, but T'Challa, Hela, and Ultron's Rivals designs already bear a strong similarity to the movie looks. Now, whether the art team simply aren't interested in adapting such similar costumes, or marketing says designs similar to those already in the game won't sell as well, it seems that the movies need to have a very different look for them to be used. I mean, Cap's look evokes most of the film suits, while Infinity War is one of like two that really stand out, and the other has the standard shield. Spider-Man's heavy black lines in Rivals are evidently inspired by the Homecoming suit. Most of Black Widow's costumes are skin-tight black catsuits, while her movie gave her a white one. Groot is a naked tree man. Really, I'd say the closest ones to the Rivals designs that got through are Scarlet Witch, who gets a different skin and hair colour, and Punisher, who has enough unique details to differentiate the two designs. So, it seems that distinctive looks are the team's focus when choosing designs, regardless of what movie the design comes from, or whether it's the best design they have in the films. I'll propose options later on, but first I'd like to discuss the other issue evident in the movie costumes. Non-MCU film costumes appear to be off the table. For example, Wolverine is the only X-Man to have a movie costume, and it's not one from the Fox era. It's from his MCU debut, despite the fact that I imagine most fans would rather he have the original leather look alongside the yellow comic suit. Maybe they're waiting for Avengers Doomsday for brand synergy. There's no reason we can't have both Fox and Disney film suits when Loki has two MCU fits. There's no confirmed limit here. Penny would be difficult to make work in her Spider-Verse mech, but Sony-verse Venom would translate just fine. And while he lacks a proper costume in the MCU, Iron Fist could probably be pieced together from a few of his Netflix looks, and yet, he has nothing. Consider also, Punisher's MCU look comes from Daredevil Born Again, not his own show. DBA is a Disney Plus production, not Netflix like his show was. Cloak and Dagger exists in the MCU in a show produced for Freeform, again, not Disney. Co-productions like No Way Home seem to be fine, but if Marvel Studios specifically was not involved, they're not showing up in the game. It's been suggested to me that Disney may not actually own the rights to the X-Men movie suits, and Rivals feels like a solid piece of evidence to that effect. I guess we'll see when they show up in Doomsday and either do or do not wear those classic costumes. But for now, these two rules do seem to apply across the board. 1. The design must come from a Marvel Studios production or co-production, not simply MCU, nor simply from films Disney now owns the rights to. 2. The costume needs to stand out from the rest of the suits on offer. I admit, Bucky is a bit of an anomaly here, since his core design is very different from his classic MCU design, but I think they either opted for brand synergy with Thunderbolts, or perhaps plan to have his actual comic design later, since the Winter Soldier is one of the more faithful designs in the MCU. But for the rest, I think we'll need to wait for proper Marvel Studios debuts for their designs to make the cut. Blade might be better off with Deadpool and Wolverine at this point though.
There's only ever gonna be one Blade.
You might think T'Challa and Hela are screwed then since they're dead, while Ultron has a chance with Vision Quest on the horizon, but actually there is an option here: animation. Hela and T'Challa both starred in episodes of What If, produced by Marvel Studios Animation, that took them in very different directions, Hela becoming a Shang-Chi character and T'Challa becoming Star-Lord. Alternatively, other Black Panthers and an Iron Fist appear in Eyes of Wakanda. Any of these options could be used for Marvel Studios costumes. Hell, Ultron could get his Uber design from the end of What If Season 1, even if it seems to have partially inspired his existing enhanced form in Rivals. And now, just to cap things off, I'd like to list off some Marvel Studios costumes I'd like to see, since Loki confirms we're not limited to one each. Captain America. Winter Soldier's shield uniform. I love the suit style after this one, but this one stands out a lot more and could maybe integrate elements from the general shield uniform from the comics. Iron Man. I'm surprised they didn't pull from Iron Man 1's more angular suit, since the more sculpted look of the later suits is closer to the rival's design. Thor. I do like the fur cloak from his initial Love and Thunder outfit, but the Ragnarok gladiator style with the short hair and shoulder cape was a great new direction for his look. Just avoid the helmet and it stands out a lot from the rest. Hulk. Only Professor Hulk is left, unless Brand New Day has a new take. The rest are just pants like the default. Black Widow. Has to be the Infinity War style, which has kind of been co-opted by Yelena, so I wonder if they avoided it in case they add her too? The rest are black bodysuits like a default, so I think this is the best option. Hawkeye. Age of Ultron's long coat would be a great look. I think the rest are too generic or too close to designs already in the game. Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier, obviously. Spider-Man. I think the Brand New Day one would do very well as a more classic suit, unless they want to use the comic suit. In that case, his homemade suit is the best option. Doctor Strange. The default. Bring back the blue, netties! Scarlet Witch. Age of Ultron's casual clothes are a fun design. More please. The Fantastic Four can probably only get the solo Reed and Johnny versions that die horribly. No rush for these, but I wouldn't mind seeing them a few years down the line. Star-Lord. Guardians 2 since a longer red coat is already in the game. Rocket. Guardians 1 since it's orange instead of the standard blue. Groot. I think the one from the end of 3 is already the only one distinct enough to make the cut. I don't think Team Groot would work. Mantis. Her normal green outfit. Loki. No reason we can't have 3. Give me the TVA outfit from his show. He looks great in that. Now I turn to you. What costumes do you want to see in this game, even ones from outside of the movies? I want Generation X Emma Frost, Captain Britain Psylocke, Chamberlain Grimm, Classic Hawkeye, and Lady Loki. I bet you can't come up with better picks than those. If you liked this video, why not subscribe and support me on Patreon like these fine people here? If not, then make sure to share it with your enemies so they can suffer along with you. Today's recommended playlist is Artist Reviews Marvel by Kinkymation. It's an artist reviewing the costumes from Marvel Rivals and the Avengers game and the Spider-Man games, and just kind of being generally funny and horny. It's funny, what do you want from me?